Hello, folks. Welcome to session 75 of the Sphere of Power campaign. Yeah, we're getting up there. Uh, this one's called Crossing Over. Things don't always go as planned, nor as intended. This adage was proven once again when the party discovered an inscription on the northern obelisk, which basically instructed them on what was needed to allow the cursed city to serve its purpose. Star is hidden from sunlight by the sun. 4 tests must ye pass before it shines forth. To hunt treasure, ye must treasure hunt. From the gods, their gifts seek. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Ye have a friend's tears, the fiery gift, and the hawk's wings. Carry ye the 14 golden links to bridge the swamp. Only then can mortals hear the chimes, and then may the star light the way. In its appointed time shall man arise from his ignorance and, reaching for the stars, offer them in wisdom. As the party continued to explore the temples, in the intact ruins of the Temple of Horus, the party discovered a gem that shattered into exactly 6 pieces, one for each of them, that made them feel very light on their feet, but felt a foreboding that these could be used only once. Now in the earthen temple of Baldur, the party knows not what they should expect. And I feel like that the obelisk inscription, that I missed a line in there somewhere. Cleanliness is next to godliness. When ye, there we go. When ye have a friend's tears, the fiery gift, and the hawk's wings. Okay, so we got that properly updated. Probably should have had that in the foreground of the shared screen so that people could see what I was reading. So I'll keep that up for a few minutes. Meanwhile, the rest of you, we are in the Earthen Temple. I believe everyone's had a chance to align themselves along the outer ring. Is everyone where they want to be?
Yeah.
All right, and I will reread this description because this is a rather complicated and large area. So switching back to that. So we are looking at an area approximately 400 feet across. So this is a non-standard scale. And excuse me. So from the outside of this earthen mound, you could see the tops of a number of stone objects. And you observe 3 openings through which you are standing in the center one. Um, Otherwise, the openings are in a ring that is 20 feet high, made of earthen rampart, basically. A space of 30 feet separates this ring from a second mound, which forms an inner ring, also 20 feet high. Now, what you see on the map, unfortunately, I can only depict as thin lines, but they're much more like like levees or earthen ramparts. So, they gradually build up to a height and then come back down. They are not sheer faced. So you could probably walk up them, but it's definitely easier to walk through the openings. So in this inner ring, you've noticed so far that there's only appears to be one opening that aligns with the middle opening that you guys are currently all standing around in the outer ring. Just within this inner ring, flanking the entry path, are 2 immense gray stones that tower over the inner yard. These stones, which are 10 feet on a side and stand 40 feet tall, are part of a circle of smaller stones, the tops of which can be seen behind the mound. So as you're entering in, you can kind of make out more of this detail. And aligned with the entry passage and the two openings is a stone shrine that can be seen through the entry stones. The gigantic stones, gray and brooding, stand as sentinels on either side of the entry. To the right and left, you will notice 24 smaller stones, only half the size of the larger ones, and they curve away in a great circle that you can see in the perimeter closest to the inner ring. A ring of man-sized stones, about 50 in all, surround a shrine nearly at the center of this area. Behind the shrine to the west, an even smaller circle of stones may be seen. So that should pretty much describe the layout that you're seeing in front of you. Now, the shrine, which is right in front of you, is a circular slab of multi-hued stone raised 2 feet above the level of the ground. It is backed by a semicircular wall of similar stone that rises 15 feet above the floor. The wall is carved in a twisted lattice work that appears to have no end or beginning, not unlike a Celtic knot. Centered and protected by the arms of this semicircle stands a black marble column, which you can barely see on this map. Yeah, the black marble column is not really well depicted, but if you're looking on the share screen, it's basically that bullseye thing in the center. The column is 2 feet in diameter and 10 feet tall. Its surface has also been carved into a fabric design with many twisted and woven threads. Finally, behind the raised shrine to the west, this area, stand 13 gray weathered stones, each one of them 5 foot wide, 3 feet thick, and 15 feet tall. They form an irregular circle around a stone tablet that rises 5 feet above the ground. The tablet is of black rock, smoothed and polished to a high shine. Sorry, didn't get a chance to change the graphic to a more obsidian or onyx texture, but that altar is actually black. So given a few anomalies, I think everything on this map is now described. Do you have any questions from what you see?
You said it was a temple of Balder, and I think Matt said last time that Balder is Norse Jesus.
Yep. He had another adjective in there. I'm trying to remember what it was, though. Viking Jesus, that's what it was.
Viking Jesus.
That's what it was. Viking Jesus. That's right.
Where's north on this map?
Very good question. So let's see. So let's see if we look at the map. Oh, this actually appears to be aligned properly.
So if I were to stand where I'm at
Actually,
now,
yeah, let me draw a line just to sure it's a little off, but that is north.
okay.
Which you'll see down there.
So can you bring up the map of the bay?
You mean that one?
Yeah. So, and where's north on that one?
That is aligned properly.
That is aligned properly. So facing, that actually looks
So
out
basically, yeah, the
to the
openings.
bay.
You can see, but the ampersand, that's where the party is basically entering in from.
Okay. So it still looks more or less directly into the bay.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. My alignment is slightly off. Let me fix that. Oh, it's not letting me move it. All right. Well, it's stuck down there, but you can see where it is.
This is the new north. Just
Hey, the
kidding.
poles have been shifting, man, you know?
This is true. Dogs becoming cats. Okay, so I guess let's venture forth and check out the obelisk in the center.
Oh, I probably have to unlock tokens. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, they should be unlocked. Yep.
I'll go with him. I'm interested.
All right. The shame Matt is not here right now because I have a funny feeling if he is such an aficionado for Norse myth, he might actually have some insight here.
Oh,
All right, so let's see. Huh. Interesting background. I wonder how much of this Matt would know. All right. So first thing that happens. So who was that? Haig and Feckish go in.
Pissed off the zombie Viking Jesus.
Ooh, okay. Party tracker. Start with Feckish. Ooh. All right, both of you, as you cross through, I'll back you up here so that you have a chance to appropriately respond. As you pass through the first two large pillars, both of you detect a sense of magic, some kind
ooh,
of barrier or shield of some kind, but you're able to walk through it without an issue.
okay. So we're allowed in, but we can definitely sense magic.
Yes, and it's not necessarily that the whole area is magic. It's just that you pass through some kind of
Something.
magical barrier or shield. And again, it's not keeping you out, but what you do notice. Let's see. I gotta look and see what you guys have for a second.
If I wanted to sense the type of magic, could I insight check to whether I feel foreboding or neutrality or positivity from the magic?
Yes, you may do an insight check. Absolutely.
When in Rome, I'm going to do the same. I'm kind of go. Did you feel that?
Okay. Haig, you really can't tell. It's kind of unusual, as far as you're concerned.
So maybe I turn to you and give you the, yeah. Did you?
What's
do you feel?
going on here? Yeah. Whoops, not
There we
that one.
go.
Let's try that one.
There we go.
Ta-da!
All right, so I might have missed something.
Oh boy. Retcon.
Not a problem for you, but just to kind of explain, and then I'll elaborate as I can. I don't want to clue off too much, but I'm looking through both of your Inventory lists. What did we just lose?
Inventory. What do I have?
Everything.
All right. Ah, perfect. All right. So, hey, as you feel this and you're kind of pondering it, you know, so you stop, you're like, okay, something just changed, something felt weird, I'm not familiar with this sensation, I don't feel bad, I don't feel negative or anything else. If there's anything that could possibly be used to describe it, it's almost a protective sense, like you want to protect a newborn baby or a newborn kitten. That, you know, and the result of this feeling is that in Haig's case, your torches, your quarterstaff, your hand axes for that matter too, you suddenly have a need to put them down on the ground. Peckish, in your case, also the torches, and also your mace and your warhammer.
Huh.
You don't toss them, you don't despise them or anything else, but you just feel compelled to put them on the ground before proceeding any further.
Interesting. All right.
Now,
Okay,
what I
do
mean
that.
by I don't know if I covered everything or I may have missed something, meaning there may be some other items in your inventory list that I overlooked that might also you felt compelled to put on the ground before entering. So
Check your
if I
weapons
have
at
to
the
come
door
back
kind of
and
thing.
revise that,
Yeah.
so if I have to come back and revise that and say, hey, no, you left that over, you know, at the circle, just so you know that may happen.
I dig it.
Peckish, that also includes your warhammer.
I'm big and beefy. I'm willing to check my weapons at the door.
Yeah, I'm down.
Well, just to point out, it also had you put down the torches.
Well, it's what time of day it is.
I'll
We're
put
not
the
stumbling around in the
sure.
dark, right?
Sure, I could put my monocle on.
Oh, and Haig, your wand.
Ooh.
My wand of light. Is this the one I have the wand of light in?
Wand of paralysis.
Oh, paralysis. Okay. I'm okay with that.
If you have any other wands that I'm not seeing, those you are also putting down.
Yeah.
Now, this is where it's a shame that Maddie's not here because he just might have some insight. But unfortunately, that would still be player knowledge, though I'd allow some injection of it. Maybe you guys will be inspired to read up on some Norse mythology in the future.
Sweet.
Meanwhile, the rest of you, Mizram, Varric, Redreth, and Kaeli, notice your two frontline people putting down, you want to say mostly weapons, but it's not just weapons, and it's not all weapons, because you know they have swords on them still.
Well, I don't, but
Well, you don't, but you know that Haig does.
I do have a dagger.
Yes. That dagger you are not putting down. Let's see. The crossbow and arrows you are leaving behind.
Right out.
If they're allowing me my sword, then I am going to light the sun sword. Just for light. But I'm going to try to give off the essence or try to make my mind give the image that I'm not being aggressive with it. It's only utilitarian.
You're a good person starting fires.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got 2 of you inside here and 4 more on the outside. Mizram and Kaeli, you are here, so you can make the choice. But in the case of Varric, he usually sticks close to his brother. So I'm going to have him join and behind them, and he's going to basically do the same thing. Drop a set of his gear. Redreth, on the other hand, we know he is a lot more cautious lately and prefers to stay at a distance in case he wants to unleash a fireball. So I'm going to have him stay outside the earthen ring for now. Mizram and Kaelili, where do you want to go, inside or out?
Uh,
You
Me
don't
first.
have to make the decision right now. You can decide to hang out for the moment.
Right now, I want my computer to connect to the internet.
I can empathize with that feeling.
Because the Zoom app on my phone has stopped working, but clearly I still have voice for the moment.
Yeah, we still
But
do.
I
Okay, you're
can't
pissing
see
me off,
anything.
dude.
Well, I could tell you what Mizram is gonna do. He's gonna wait back here with Regis, and he's gonna look at the melee people dropping their weapons. Go, what the hell is this about? And he looks to Kaoli, go to see what she thinks of it, and he noticed that she's waving a bow in the air like she's trying to get something on the bow. I'm like, going, what the hell is she doing? And I'm just going, well, the druid will just hang out with a wizard.
Oh. Huh. Okay. Ms. Looks like you're going to come into play here.
Ooh. Ooh.
Because of your predilections,
Mm-hmm.
you, unlike the others, do have a chance for an insight check.
Okay. Want me a rolling tower?
You can, but you don't have to. You either are going to know this or you're not going to know this.
Okay.
Basically, what this roll is going to determine is how much of this you know. Are you looking for your insight skill?
I just realised I don't have one, so I'm gonna have to just do a good old fashioned wisdom roll.
Oh, you should have insight in there.
I'm not skilled in it, so it'll just be a normal wisdom roll.
Mizram, insight. Yeah, you are. You have a +7.
Do I?
Yeah. You're getting your characters mixed up.
Sorry. It need not
All
be
right.
able to read.
The druid is smart. The ferret is stupid.
Okay, we'll go with that. All right, and that does make a big difference. All right, so as a druid, you are aware of Balder. He's obviously a very down to earth type of deity. And as you can tell by his temple, he is much more naturally aligned. So you have some familiarity with him. And as you're watching everyone put down their devices, their objects, insight occurs to you that what they're putting down is everything that they're carrying on them that is made of or has parts of wood. And this begins to trigger some memories or some insight about what you do know about this particular god. You do know that Balder was considered a very, very handsome and aesthetically pleasing god. He was a hottie. But he was also troubled by the fact that he believed that others were jealous of him and that someone, or that he was going to die, basically. Not necessarily that someone was going to kill him, but he was always worried about his own death. And at one point, there is in the story that after he shared this fear or this concern with with Odin's wife that she made each item on earth swear that it would never injure him. And as a result, the other gods kind of made fun of him, in a sense. Because whenever they saw him, they'd start throwing objects at him because they would bounce off or go elsewhere. And okay, I'm trying not to give out more than you should know, so I apologize for the stumbling and lack of prose. But needless to say, guess who enters the story at this point? Albie,
What?
your favorite god and one of mine.
Odin. I was going to say Murphy, but
You're kind of close. Come on. Norse pantheon.
Loki.
Very mischievous individual.
Loki.
Yes, there we go. So Loki apparently decided to cause some mischief and talked to Odin's wife, Frigga, and asked about the blessing or the oath that all of these items swore. And apparently learned that there was one thing that did not take the oath. Apparently, it was mistletoe. The mistletoe plant decided that it would not abide by this oath. So Loki decided to fashion a wand of mistletoe and gave it to a blind god and told him to hurl it in the direction of Balder. The blind god did so. The wand of mistletoe struck Balder, and Balder was killed. As a result, the story goes that any plant or anything made of wood is no longer is reviled, is shunned. And so all of this basically comes down to the fact that basically you're feeling like that. Yeah, it's not surprising that he doesn't want any plants in this area. So if you walk in here, you probably are also going to be forced to drop any wooden or plant items that you have.
Makes sense.
So basically, the first thing I do, I look at everyone and then grab the breeches of my leather bottom, stretch them out, go, not risking that. And then I step back, go, yo guys, you got this. As long as you don't take wood in there, you should be fine.
So does that mean you are not stepping in?
I'm definitely not stepping in there.
All right. So with that, unless there are any objections, I have 3 party members that have stepped inside the circle. Going once, going twice, and sold.
Hang on.
Okay, Kaylee.
I still can't see any maps because my internet connection is being stupid.
You want to try to reboot Zoom on your phone?
No, I don't, because it's not going to work because it already tried twice.
Oh, okay.
It tried rebooting itself, and so it's just.
If I copy a screenshot over to Discord, will that help you?
Yeah, or if a player wants to attempt throwing up a screen share, I can see if that'll stay connected. I just want to be able to see the map so I can decide whether or not I'm going in and where I want to stand.
Will screen share in Discord be okay?
I think so, because my computer at the moment seems to be connected for well enough for text. So let's try a screen share and we'll just mute the voice.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do not have Discord on the system that is currently sharing the screen. And I can't share my screen because, as you know, there's too much info on there.
Yeah.
Right, I'm sharing my screen in Discord. If that's too difficult for you, I can always take a capture shot and just post it in Discord, whichever you prefer.
Nope. Apparently, my internet does not want me to have a video feed of any kind.
No, that's okay.
It's
I'll
completely
take a picture for you.
So yeah, just post it in campaign play or DM it to me or something.
I'll
Okey
post some
dokey,
more
will
on
do.
campaign play right now. Are you able to see that?
My computer and my internet are being jerks. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can get the stream on my phone. Wow, my internet's being a real jerk today.
Uh,
Might be able to get the stream on my phone. Hang on. It's thinking.
I see Keith is a lot quick at me taking pictures and posting them.
Sometimes.
Okay, I have the Discord stream on my phone now, which
Okay.
is better than not having it. So, okay. Yeah, think um I think I'm want to come just inside the first circle. So take like a few steps forward. Because I think that's me on the very edge there. Yeah. Yeah, right about there. And how high are these walls and such?
20-foot walls.
Okay, I'm probably just hovering just above the ground if somebody can adjust my height marker.
Unfortunately, I don't know how to do that, so Keith will have to do it. I'll
Alt
take it you're already
scroll.
hovering.
Alt scroll wheel.
Okey dokey,
If
thank
you
you.
hover over the token, yeah, they managed to keep the there was an extension that I'd been using to do the height, and when they integrated the altitude marker into the main into Core RPG, they managed to keep the hotkey setting. So that made me happy. I didn't have to learn a new keyboard shortcut.
All right. So after all that, Kaylee, what is your decision? Are you waiting on the outside, or are you going to go in?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay back there.
Okay. So we have Fekish.
Nope, just hover over the token and then hold down the Alt key and use the scroll wheel.
For some reason, it won't work on my end unless I'm pressing the wrong button. So I will leave it.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah. If party vision and movement is off, then you can't do it
Oh, okay.
because you don't control the token.
Is that a setting I can turn on?
Yeah, but and for maps like this, it doesn't matter. But any map with line of sight, you might care.
Oh, okay. Yeah, usually I go through all the settings when I'm trying to do something a little bit more robust. But like I said, I had limited time these past 2 weeks to get stuff ready. All right. So we have the three of you inside the thing there. So Fekish, Haig, and Varric. The three of you, and only the three of you.
Save versus death.
No. You see a vision
Ooh.
of a handsome man appear inside the circle. Let's see, where does he pop up? Ah, okay. He appears all the way at the back on the stone tablet. The one that I said should be black. So he's handsome. He's wearing a simple tunic, trousers, and boots. And he's seated on the black stone tablet. He notices you. He stands up and faces you and walks towards you, coming within sound or hearing range, so he doesn't have to yell, and says to you, "Behold the unlucky Balder, friend to all he knows. Those of you who would weep for him, hold forth your hand."
And we know the lore, or we've only been shared the lore outside of gameplay.
Well, I guess it basically comes down to how much of that Mizram shared with you.
Mizram, how much did you share with us?
I did reply all the information.
Okay, then I will hold my hands out.
I mean,
As
you're
will
not
I.
a bard, but it was a good chance to tell a story, you know?
Yeah.
I'll hold my hand out.
I
hold
mean,
my
it
hands
depends
up.
on how bad they want to hear my wood jokes.
I think actually we should base it on Mizram's charisma.
Is a druid or a ferret?
Hmm? Well, the ferret can't really relay a story, so I think we're kind of stuck with the elf form.
I don't know.
See
Ferret's
just
pretty good at
how
sign language.
engaging he was and how memorable the story was, or did everyone fall asleep going, yeah, whatever?
I mean, I would have been doing it through the interpretation of animal form. So hopefully they
Oh,
enjoy
charades
that.
with a ferret. I like it. All I got to do is get AI to generate some ferret videos doing that, and then have you guys guess.
I got some pictures of squirrels when I was doing Normandy radio graphics, but I don't know if that would help.
All right, so yeah, I would say then that we are going to. He relayed enough of it that you know, and your brother also told you about what he knew to a certain extent. So this seems in line. I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to derive from what you know.
Well, I don't really know if he's friend or foe fully unless they share the information. And if he seems to be friend and the stuff that was in the story, then I'm going to be trusting enough to hold my hands forth.
So obviously Jesus does not apply to Forgotten Realms, but presumably your brother, when he was here last session, shared with you that he was a likable fellow.
Okay,
He's a
hands
good
out.
fruit.
Yeah, same. Hands out.
And we'll presume that your brother will follow in the same regard.
I would assume so, yeah.
As you do so, the figure disappears.
Ooh,
He's not there anymore. But in each of your hands, you will find a teardrop shaped piece of amber.
Aha.
ooh. We didn't even have to go in.
And I have added those.
Isn't that one of them?
I have added those to each of your inventories.
Sweet. I still want to go check out the obelisk though.
When you have a friend's tears, the fiery gift, and the hawk's wings. Is that all three? Is the fiery gift the thing from the magnifying glass?
I think so.
Yes.
So we have,
We now have everything except the hawk's wings, I believe.
No, we have the Hawk's wings.
Oh, we do. Okay.
Player knowledge says we have the Hawk's wings.
I dig it.
the hawk's wings would be, oh, can we have a recap? Gosh, my brain
The
is
shards
rough.
of the gems. The
Right, the
shards of the
Horus-
gems from Horus's, from the eyes of the
Horus's
Horus
eyes, yeah.
statue.
What did they do?
That I did read in the message of the day, actually.
Sorry,
Yep.
I'm finishing my garage doors. They're gonna be done today.
So in the intact ruins of the Temple of Horus, the party discovered a gem that shattered into exactly 6 pieces, one for each of them, that made them feel very light on their feet, but felt a foreboding that these could be used only once.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have all three. Does that mean we get to go to back to what was it, the Temple of Ra? Or is it-
Well,
You are correct.
yes.
But I will kind of encourage and allow, given that it's been 2 weeks between sessions, for you guys to think about what the fiery gift is again.
I believe we lit a torch
Then we lit the lamp, yeah.
from
Correct.
the magnifying glass fire.
Correct. Now, who has that torch? Does anyone recall?
I should, I think. I believe I do.
Now, I should point out that it is now getting to be late enough in the morning that the sun is beginning to peek up over the mount and into the circle. So it's getting warm. And speaking of which,
So we got to set up camp. I say probably safest to set up camp in the friendly gods space.
Sounds like
What
a
do you guys
wise
think?
thing to do.
I again have lost one small piece of this.
now I should point out, this is an open sky temple as opposed to a few of the other buildings.
Right, but we've got red dress tent.
This is true. All right, so we'll presume that Red Dreth is going to just go ahead and cast his tent, keep everyone safe from the elements. You're going to count on Balder to keep you guys safe from any other incursions.
I'm gonna hope so.
Yeah, I think at this point you are probably ready to do your next. Yeah, I
God darn
would
it.
agree with you that based on the riddle that you should have everything you think you need to proceed, which is good. So this is a good time to rest. Go ahead and think about anything you guys want to do before I trigger a long rest. And we're gonna take a game break a little early today. We'll try to keep it to just one, but let's go ahead and take a 10-minute break. Think about what you want to do. And when I come back, we'll cover that and then trigger the rest.
Right up.
Sweet.
Okay, sound like a plan.
See you in 10 minutes. All right, so we're back. We're ready for a rest. What do you guys any spell changes, any specific requests? Have you guys all done your daily healing before we recharge?
Oh, no. Da, da, da.
I think I'm okay. Oh wait, no, I'm not.
We be good and shit.
Sweet.
Damn it. All right. You ready to trigger the long rest?
I believe so.
This never hurts. Oh, I take that back. One of those can definitely hurt. All right, and to advance the time, so you obviously get a full 8 hours, but you're waiting until sunset. So we're now going to
I actually may have to scoot, sadly, for a second, guys.
No worries.
I gotta go get my kid between the game. Actually, you know what? I'll just leave my headset on and I can stay audio for a second.
all right. So you wait until the sun goes about down, which is roughly about 6 o'clock at night. Let's update the visuals. So you guys are now kind of all hanging out in here and presumably ready to head on out. Into where are we going?
Temple of Ra was the last place we need to go,
we're
right?
going back to the Temple of Ra because we got because I think we saw
Which building was
everything
that?
that we needed to see.
The one that looks like a stadium.
Find... No, it's Minecraft bed.
Or yeah, Minecraft bed. Sorry.
Yeah, because we've visited everything else. Actually, did we visit that one up there?
Yes, that's where the you got the gem, the shards.
Okay.
Number 9.
Ah.
Number 9.
Yes.
Number 9. What was that one? Temple of Horus.
Okay, so I think we're good to head back to Minecraft bed and Temple of Ra.
Okay, so again, which building is that? Or do we have to re-explore them all again so that you can find which one it was?
What?
I thought it was
No.
the one to the west.
Going to the one with the blue arrow. All right, so we're heading down there.
Yeah, the Minecraft bed.
All right, just making sure. So, all right. D. And That was close. Hold on a second. Yay. All right. Let's see. Tokens are unlocked. Where's the grid? All right. There you go. Hopefully the grid's not too overpowering.
No, it's looking good. Oh,
Right. And
we need to
actually,
get. Hang on, guys. Hang on, guys. As we're approaching, before we actually get to this point, as we're approaching, Kayla is going to voice a thought.
well, hold on. We're
Um,
not we're not even there yet, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So as we're getting ready or something, Kayla is going to voice a thought. One, we need to collect the gold plate things from the ship.
Good thought.
We need to find the 14th one again. And cleanliness is next to godliness. Any chance we can figure out how to get cleaned up before we visit the Temple of Ra?
Yeah, do quick foot washing session back at the boat, picking up the plates.
Yeah, and
You
we need 14, and there's only 13 on the boat because the 14th one apparently disappeared. Because magic. So we have to find that 14th one again.
Was
that's gonna be the
there,
fun part.
did we have any knowledge of why that happened?
Nope.
You suspect it has something to do with the legend that we discussed last time.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought there was, yeah. I thought you had said something about that.
Yes. So apparently, hold on, let me see if I can find the
Something
legend.
about Osiris.
One of the gods was killed. I'm trying to remember which god it was. Nothing there. But his body was cut up into 14 pieces, and they only found 13 of them.
Right. I thought it was Osiris.
Osiris.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, that's the story of Osiris, or part of it.
My God, this chapter is organized so bad. No, it's not there. It's not there. Did go over it at one point. Can't remember. So there's like 4 different sections that it describes these pieces, and then it's only in one of them that it explains them, and I'm trying to figure out where that is. No, not that one. All right, I am terribly sorry, but I cannot find that. Well, no, all right, yeah, I'm not going to waste any more time trying to find it. It's probably in a preview section or something like that, but all right. So before you even, so you're going to back to the Cloudscape to pick up the golden pieces, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay. So we have the boat indicated up here. You're up there. You don't run into any issues. You go onto the boat. Is it one person that's going to carry them, or you're going to spread them out?
We have to spread them out because not one person can carry them all.
That's probably true.
One of the Goliaths could carry them all if they weren't carrying anything else. But the rest of us, but since we got to carry everything,
All right, so we split them up. I kind of need to know how we're splitting them up so that I know how much we're just splitting them up evenly. You know, let's not waste time breaking it down. I don't think it's going to be that important. If we have to, we'll go back to that. All right. So you start approaching the temple. I don't think there's an easy way to share this, but during our session at the beginning of the month on the 2nd, inside the campaign play channel in Discord, I posted a view of what you see from the outside as you're approaching. So it was the one that says basically has the map 13-3 chopped off in the top left. And you can see the numbers 1, 2, and 3, one right underneath a hieroglyphic eye.
Can't hear you, Keith.
All right, has everyone found what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So the 1 is underneath the hieroglyphic eye on the temple. 2 refers to the colonnade or the railing that's on the inside, and 3 is the gateway beyond, which you can't really see any further than, and that is reflected on the map that you can see. However, as you approach, let's see if I can give you an image of this. Give me 1 second. Nope, not that. I have to say I like that one the best. No. All right, back in campaign play. As you approach, unfortunately, the background is not what I would like, but you see the image of these three figures appear before you. Oh, actually, I think I like this one better. Actually, I would say, there we go. All right, you guys all see a copy of that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think I have a feeling.
And they appear like spirits phasing into existence as you approach the building.
I have a feeling. Okay. My guess is they don't usually have eyes, but we'll see.
Hey, I'm here.
Maddie.
Hola.
Hey, welcome. Glad you made it.
Yeah.
Timing too.
We just went to the temporal. We finished Baldur's Temple, and we got Tears, Maddie, and now we're back into the Temple of Ra. And as we approach, three women in robes with sigils over their heads appeared.
Okay.
I don't know. My guess is going to be that in a lot of depictions they actually don't have eyes, but we'll see.
After going into Baldur and Tears, or
Yeah,
whatnot?
we're headed back. We're headed back into the Temple of Ra
After a long rest.
after
Okay.
a long rest. Yeah.
So as you approach the temple, these three figures kind of phase in front of you, and they're standing there. They're definitely very ethereal. There is no physical presence there, but there's no doubt that all of you can see them.
What do they look like?
I posted the image in the Discord campaign play
Solid.
channel.
Campaign play. Yeah.
Sorry.
Not a problem. We can give you a
Okay.
chance to catch up.
Okay. Does anybody ask them what they're doing?
No, you just stepped in just as they appeared.
Okay. Yeah, let's. I think Varg would
That's
just.
kind of what I was waiting for. So.
Oh, how you doing?
Yeah, hey, Varg would just ask if they're what the meaning of this is. Like, why are they stopping us?
Who is this? Is
Very nice, Varric. Very, very nice. So the one in the center looks at you and begins to speak. What is your family?
It's my family. The Kamojitoas.
All right. So you're just answering with your surname, huh? Nothing more.
Mhm.
Nothing more formal.
No, yeah, just my surname, and I
Yeah,
probably look at the group.
Well, you're not exactly a bard, but this is a good chance for you to be, something like, I am Varric Kumajatoa of the house of, or I am
I
Varric
see.
of the house of Kumajatoa of the land of Faerun or of the
Yeah, I
Sword
like that.
Coast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he'll
it's in
totally give all
Kawasaki.
his all his dope honorific titles and shit that we've gotten throughout our journey so far.
And they actually encourage you. This isn't just the DM. They are kind of like,
Mm.
from whence dost thou come? And what is your heritage and what line? So, but,
Yeah, I'll give him the
but
full.
you give
all
them
of
the
it.
detail. You can kind of elaborate on it as much as you want. And she's good with, apparently seems good with that, because then the one to the left, and from your perspective, turns around and says, "What do you seek in this city?"
Star Gem. I'm not sure.
She nods to your response, and the one
cool.
on the right then asks, "What do you wish from us?"
Do you have a Star Gem? Or know where it is?
"It can be found in the Temple of Ra."
Heading
And
there
with
right now.
that, and with that, the three of them disappear.
All right, all right.
I was really good the whole time. I wanted to say, "What is your favorite color?" but I didn't.
What is the airspeed of an unladen swallow?
That's what I was trying to think of that one.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Thank you for cleaning that up.
Yeah, to the Temple of Ra.
Huh?
so as I'm going to go ahead and share this one more time, just so make sure that that's got a copy up. Yep. All right. So as you walk up, and again, keep in mind that we have a picture of the front view in black and white in the
Keep the fucking dogs from
and
upstairs,
apologize.
please.
Danny, you're not muted.
Yep. Who's not muting?
All
right. So keep in mind we have a front or point of view depiction inside the campaign section of Discord.
Sorry, were you guys reaching out for me?
Yeah, we
No,
were just
but we
saying
could hear you.
Mm.
All right.
I see.
So what you see as you approach.
Say I was unmuted or muted?
You were unmuted.
Unmuted.
We could hear you.
Yeah, I could still. My mic shows that I'm muted right now. Right
No
now,
shit.
muted. Yep, muted. Unmute now. Unmuting now.
No, we're hearing you the whole time.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
dog-
crazy.
My dog, the puppy, peed all over the upstairs. I guess.
Oh,
Dog
Dun,
piss.
dun, dun.
I'm heated, obviously.
It seems like Alex is also dealing with puppy issues.
Ugh,
All right.
frustrating.
We ready for the description?
Real.
Two great pylons of red stone stand out amidst the ruins that surround them. On each of the stone pylons that forms the gateway to this temple are inscribed gigantic human eyes that stare outward. Unlike any other building or ruin in this cursed city, this temple has a band of clear ground around it as though nothing can approach it. As the opening between the pylons is inspected, as you get closer, the eyes seem to look within the soul, searching for reason to be destructive. Within
This
the
is
gate.
This is the one we already did, right? We got to walk in backwards.
Yes.
We walked in backwards and set off a trap.
Well, we walked in backwards and then hit the next trap, right?
I'm wondering if by walking in backwards and avoiding avoiding this first one, that's what set off the second one.
Hmm. That is a good question. Hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, I could just misty step over there. I don't know if
All
that'd be
right.
a good idea.
So yeah, as you approach within 60 feet, the eyes begin to glow, a vivid electric bluish glow. You also feel a presence coming from them. It's definitely some kind of sentience, perhaps magical, perhaps interplanar, you don't know. And you can feel it probing your mind. There is no other way to describe it. It is searching out your desires, your intentions, what it is that you seek. How are you going to respond to this incursion?
I mean, Varg's just gonna let it happen because the Nords just told us that it was here and didn't really try to stop us in any way. Everything we've done so far as Varg's concerned has been just and right. So
Yeah. Kale is, as long as there's no like compulsion element to it, Kale is just gonna put up with it.
And Matt, that was you that was just talking just before Alex, right?
correct.
Okay. So, all right. So as Varric walks in, confident and sure that he's taking the right course of action, he stops and becomes motionless.
Oh shit. Like I can't move or speak or anything. Can I
Nope.
talk?
Nope. You're not
Cool.
petrified. You're not petrified, but you might as well be.
Paralyzed.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, he basically got to about 50. Let's see. Is back here.
Yeah, are we not to scale?
Yeah, I missed what happened too. What happened, Maddie? You went in and got froze?
Yeah. I just stopped. I can't speak or nothing.
But you went in face forward from the towers from the eye?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I felt that presence in my mind, so I just set my intention to claiming the star gem, and everything we've done has been just and for the good, for good reason. So
Yeah.
Right.
Kale is gonna
Hold on.
Kale is gonna glide up, gonna glide forward, and she's going to be concentrating more on the fact that we are here to acquire the means to defeat. Oh, she remembers the name of the enemy, but
the Ifrit.
Alex doesn't. Yeah.
Alatarius.
Okay. Yeah. What's up?
Tell
So
us,
that's what Kale is going to be
Yeah, I did.
focusing on.
All right, now everyone is in place according to correct distancing. So Kaylee, as you reach that point where you are flying towards Varric, the eye starts focusing on you.
Yep. And I'm basically telling it that that we are here to defeat the evil Ifrit that that has returned and is terrorizing the region.
So are you stating it or just thinking it for it to hopefully discover?
Just thinking it.
Okay. It doesn't seem to have any impact. The eye is still very intently focused on you, and you can feel that it is foreboding.
Am I able to continue moving forward, or am I stopped?
You're not physically stopped, but you're fearful of doing so.
Well,
The
Warn-
eye is very imposing.
yeah. Well, we're not going to be able to defeat defeat anybody if we let fear stop us. So I'm going to attempt to move forward cautiously. Basically, yeah. I'm very determined to do this. I mean, I don't want to. I don't really want to do this because, but it needs to be done, and we seem to be the ones that everyone's relying on, and therefore it has to be done. And city boy. So
All right. So
if it's just going to make me very, very scared of it, then that's one thing. If it's going to stop me, then
well, let's see how well you do.
can't hear you.
I said, let's see how well you do.
All right.
And Kaylee,
Sorry, guys, I missed a hunk of that while my wife called.
so as soon as you decide to step forward or fly forward, you now unfortunately are also affected.
Okay.
So both Varric and Kaoli have stopped motionless after proceeding beyond a certain point.
Hmm.
As far as the other four of you are concerned, the best way to describe it is it looks like they've just been frozen in time.
Are they reachable?
I guess that's a matter of opinion.
But they haven't reached the gate where the asps start reacting, correct?
Correct.
So if I walk backwards and get on the one side of my brother, can I move him in any way?
Yes, he is not fixed in place. If you can physically pick him up, he won't move, but you can pick him up and bring him.
I'm going to pick him up and take him to the other side of the gate, to where we were. And if that works, we'll see if that works first.
I will assist.
All right, so both of you are walking backwards.
Correct.
So as the two of them walk backwards, presumably on either side of Varric, both of you do a dexterity check.
Gonna
And
have
as
to.
they are walking backwards, Mizram and Jim, or Mizram and Redreth, notice that the eyes don't seem to pay them any attention. One is still focused on Varric, one is still focused on Kaoli.
Oh, it must be an elf thing.
Sorry, I gotta
Danny,
get back to my
want me to roll
computer.
for you?
I'm also trying to get ready. I don't know if I said, but it's homecoming weekend, so my wife's bugging me about getting up to the game.
I understand. So you want me to roll for you?
No, I just gotta get back into the garage here. I can run a little late. Dex?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to use some inspiration. And they just don't like me. Okay.
No, a little better, but not much.
I'm going to, if I trip or something, I'm going to close my eyes.
Peril sensitive shade.
Well, you stumble a bit, but not enough to fall down or lose your footing.
Okay.
Vekas is able to walk backwards without issue. You guys are able to approach Varric. He still seems frozen. You're going to proceed with dragging him backwards, or are you going to do something different?
Well, if we make it to him, I'm just going to pick him up without facing the eyes and walk back out to where the way we came. And see if I can get him outside of the first.
And then turn him around so he's not facing forward.
Yeah, good idea. That's not a bad idea.
Which are you doing first?
Turn him first.
After you turn him around and he's no longer looking at the eye, he becomes mobile again.
Okay. So if Alex, are you flying?
I'm
Oh,
doing
yeah, that's
my
right.
usual.
She's frozen midair.
Right, but how are you
like
floating?
just barely not touching the ground.
Okay,
Actually, no, I have to clarify that. You'd still be upright, but as soon as this effect took hold, you don't have any mental power to preserve the flight, so you would be back on the ground.
Okay.
So I'm going to spin her too.
And as soon as you spin her around, she immediately pops up about 2 or 3 feet and does kind of an air bounce. Wing.
The glider coming back into mobility.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so you're now all facing away from the eyes. And with
Yeah,
that,
so we
after Kaoli is turned around and there's no one affected anymore, not at that point, but as everyone steps out of the area, the eyes go back to being carved inscriptions rather than lifelike visages.
interesting. Yeah, so we just gotta walk in backwards. That's all. Any objections? I mean, I don't mind being the guinea pig.
I'm thinking yes, but I don't know if KLE has any other ideas of what to do.
Mhm.
Because I'm willing to entertain the idea that we are triggering the second trap, whether I disagree or not.
Yeah. Kale is just kind of like, well, that didn't work the way I wanted it to, so I guess I'm gonna try flying in backwards again.
Well, hold on. your wise spiritual leaders have something to say.
Whoa.
Okay.
I'm debating which one of Fekish or Mizram are going to pipe up first to like, wait, what were we asked to get? Shouldn't we be using something?
Well, I was
We've
trying
got-
to remember what the message of the day was again.
Well, we've got tears, wings, and tears, wings, and what's the third one? Flame. So tears would go to eyes. We could try that.
Yeah.
Throw it.
Yeah, who wants to throw their tear at the eye?
You want to throw it?
No, I don't. Somebody else can, but
Now, Haig, Varric, and Fekish are the only ones that have them. So, Haig,
right, 'cause we're the only one that
you're
went in.
pulling yours out?
no, no.
So I think Varric will. Varric will try, and I will pull mine out and walk backwards towards the eye with the thing out. Do I feel like that presence looming in?
Ah. And by the way, is Fekish still back in the range there, or did you step back out?
I stepped back out. Sorry.
All right, so Varric starts stepping in backwards, holding the teardrop up, correct?
Correct. Yep.
And as you step backwards, the rest of you notice the eyes do not come to life.
Yeah.
But you're stepping backwards.
I'm gonna turn around.
You turn around, holding the gem up properly, and the eyes remain still.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Got
So,
it.
so here's the question. Do both things work? Or does one trigger the trap and does one sense that we have the permission of the tier and one not?
Good point.
Well, we have. What was the? I don't know what the second trap is. So what happens after you get across the threshold?
The snakes start falling out of the holes and start covering the gate passage to the next
Okay.
trap.
I'll Raiders
And
of
we
the Lost
have-
Ark.
Right. So we have flame, tears, and what was the other one?
Okay, so we've got the
fire.
tier the tears are for the eyes, and then the flame's gonna keep the snakes away per Indiana Jones. That's my guess.
Hopefully, yeah.
The
that makes
almighty Harrison Ford says torch flame keeps snakes away.
Haig currently has that torch, correct?
Correct. So here's my guess. My guess is we only have half the tiers that we need. The other people don't have them. So my guess is both work.
We can hold hands.
Yeah. Okay.
Try it anyway.
Yeah.
Or shoulder rides. And kind of
Yeah,
face like
Mizram
we're
can just get in
one-
somebody's pocket.
Yeah.
Mizram can get in somebody's pocket. Yeah.
The weasel
yeah, I
gives you
wonder
a
if
thumbs
this-
up.
I wonder if there's a way to fake them that we're one entity.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Human centipede formation.
If we're holding hands, if
Alright,
we
go.
hold hands, we're skipping like the Wizard of Oz, Matty. That's it.
Go ahead and line
My-
yourselves up.
That's my only stipulation. All right, form arms, link up, and present tier.
Yeah.
I'd say
By the
we
way,
should have
this appears
tears
to
on
be the-
either end.
This appears
go
to
ahead.
be the demarcation line. Once you pass that spot,
Okay.
then the eyes seem to activate if you have not abated them.
So I say we try to keep anybody who doesn't have a tier between all of us. So on the outsides, tiers, middle tier. So if it's a area of effect situation, we can hopefully cover the most ground.
I'm in. Let's do it.
All right, so
Okay.
Varric, are you proceeding forward or are you coming back to the rest of the group?
I'm going to come back and help the group.
Okay.
Anybody seen Bulletproof with Adam Sandler?
Mhm.
You know, a little sandwich action. You're a piece of white bread. I'm a piece of white bread. Baloney. Anyway,
So Kaeli is thinking that anyone who is remaining in humanoid form and not hiding in somebody's pocket should probably and does not have a tier should probably walk backwards between the people with tiers.
there you go. Cover both bases.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good idea too.
That sounds very, very well thought out.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and line yourselves up. And Mizram, whose pocket are you running in?
I mean, if you don't want to hide in somebody's pocket, you can walk backwards with the rest of us.
Well, if Kaoli is kind enough to have a weasel in a pocket, I seem to enjoy the luxury VIP flight simulation that Kaoli provides.
Boiled rodent.
Well,
Yeah.
if you turn into a small creature and climb in a pocket, I'm not going to object very hard.
Then the weasel shall lovely find a pocket.
And just to be clear, you are setting yourself up where you are not able to see outside. You don't know what's going on.
Yes, I am hiding away and praying to whatever weasel guard will grant me safe passage.
Okay, so go ahead and line yourselves up on the line so I know how you're linked arm in arm. Miz, don't worry about it. I just consider you in Kaylee's pocket for the moment. Jim,
We're off into the temple, the wonderful temple. Oh, that's Feckish. That's not me. This is me. So myself, Feckish, and Varric, right, have Gemmy Gems.
Yep.
Correct.
Yes.
The cheese.
I'll move Redrith for him. What do you say?
Yeah, with
Yeah,
Mizram in the pocket,
I
we
like
can
that.
totally
I'm
go every
thinking-
other.
Yeah, I'm thinking that we should all kind of like that, because if we're like that, then we should all fit through the opening just all at once, and then
Yep.
Mizram is in weasel form in my pocket. So Redrith and Kaeli are walking backward.
Right. And Haig has the torch.
Here, hold on. Check this out. Varric, you take an outside, I'll take the center, and we're linking elbow and elbow, right? In my left arm, I will have the tier, and in my right arm, I'll have the torch.
Okay.
Special fire torch.
Uh-huh.
And who's got the hawk
wings?
shards?
Each one of us has shards.
There were only 5 shards.
No, he said it broke into 6, one for each.
Yep.
Oh,
So
that's not
each
what
one of
that's-
you have this the
That's not what I remember from last week. He said one of them broke into 3 pieces, the other one broke into 2.
Oh.
I could be misremembering, but that's what the recording's for. But if we all have one, that works too. Of course, if Mizram's in my pocket and we only have 5, then Miz can stay in my pocket, and then we only need 5.
Speaking of using, I wonder, Alex, I wonder if you could, at the next gate, sorry, I'm thinking ahead. At the next gate, if you could fly at the same time I have the flame, and we'll see which one works.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can use your flight without having to use your
Right.
without.
Right, but it might not be the flight that is the key. It might be the talisman itself that is the key.
Very true. Gosh. Anyway, I'm just thinking ahead. I would say we do this first and then do the next thing next.
All right. So just to summarize,
skip
the way I
forward.
see it, we're ready to march forward. You've got
Mhm.
Fekish on the outside and Varric on the other outside. Each of them holding one of the tier stones with their free hand.
Yeah.
Redreth and Kaeli are adjacent to each one of them, facing backwards, with Mizram inside Kaeli's pocket. And finally,
Yep.
Haig is facing forward between Redreth and Kaeli, elbows linked, with the torch in one hand and the gem in the other.
Correct.
Okay, we're moving forward. Gotta be nice if I could move everyone at once.
Right.
You can.
Yeah,
You
I
go
was
into
just-
select mode and select us all, and then drag us. Although I believe you do need to hold down shift as you drag.
Here we go.
Sweet.
All right, so as you cross the line, the eyes do activate and focus on Redreth and Kaeli,
Mm-hmm.
but you do not feel any impact. You're walking backwards and you're fine. They completely ignore the three that are carrying the gemstone tiers.
Okay.
So you are able to continue moving forward, lined up as such. And you make it past where the eyes can see you. Interesting. A colonnade supported by pillars surrounds the courtyard of the temple. Each pillar is topped by a blossom with many petals. The sand within the court is obviously windblown, for twisting and curling tracks upon it are probably due to the ceaselessly shifting wind. The far wall of the court is topped by columns much larger than those supporting the colonnade. In its center, a wide portico opens into a darkened room beyond. The columns hold up the temple roof.
Okay. Alex, do you want to try to fly across here and see if you trigger the snakes?
I can attempt that. Yes. So yes.
Are
I
the snakes still there from earlier when we were here before?
No, they are gone.
They're gone.
I mean, did you really expect them to stick around?
Yeah, they
Depends
probably
on
had
how
something
comfy
better
the
to
sand
do in the
is.
heat of the day, you know? Keep in mind,
Exactly.
you've taken a long rest since you were last here.
True.
I mean, it's been like, what, 18, 20 hours since we were here last?
Seems like weeks, but
So quick question, Kaeli, are you and presumably Jim, Redreth turning around and facing forward now?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, at the moment, the courtyard seems quiet and peaceful and relatively empty. Except it should be noted that, you know, the blossoms on top of the columns. I mean, this is desert. There's no water around. These things look like they've been growing in the tropical rainforest. And at least one of you will recognize them as lotus blossoms.
Okay. So I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna do my, my usual, like, 2 inches above the ground hover and come up here
Okay.
and cross into
As soon as you
Uh,
cross,
just-
as soon as
yep.
you cross to that grid, your power of flight disappears and you drop to the ground.
Hmm.
And in doing so, the snakes begin to start re-emerging from the far wall.
and I'm going to beat a hasty retreat.
Okay, your flight resumes, or you can feel the power back in your ring, so it's not a permanent loss, but it hasn't changed
Yep.
the fact that the asps are now slithering out and coming out towards you.
Yeah,
Wait, so what did you do? I missed it.
I stepped across the threshold.
Well, yeah, that part.
And-
But what happened when you lost flight?
The snakes started coming back out.
Okay, you didn't do anything after that. Okay.
No, all I did was touch down because the flight got suppressed.
Hmm. The hard thing is that the wings are only single use. If we're wrong here,
Well, there's
I don't
there's-
think this
there's
is the
two-
wings.
There's two things though that it could be. One, I was one of the people who walked backwards. I did not have a tier,
good point.
so I could have registered as an intruder that way. Or anyone who's not using the wings gets counted as an intruder and the snakes come out.
All right. Well, I'm going to try both.
And we
I'm going to
can't
try both.
tell.
If I do both, let's see what happens. And I'll risk my wings. I'm going to go in and I'm going to start with the flame first, and I'm going to hold the torch towards the snakes. Do I see any reaction or change of motion? Do they seem hesitant?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I'm gonna, as I see her, she's lost her flight, and the snakes are coming after her. I'm gonna run up to her with the torch, and I'm gonna hold the special torch towards the snakes. Do I see any change in their demeanor? Are they more hesitant to come towards us if I'm kind of wafting magical torch towards them?
Most definitely. As you become closer to them than her, they immediately stop their forward progress.
Oh,
So basically, at this point, you have a collection of snakes right about here. And not just there, but from that point backwards, and there are still more being added to it. But they are not proceeding past that point. Not while you hold up the torch. And if you wave the torch, you can see them kind of pair back.
okay. But if I remember from last time, they just constantly keep coming. So I would say let's not mess around and go.
Yeah, let's just move.
All of us as a group clustered behind Haig with the torch.
Thinking.
Pretty much.
He's able to keep a decent radius by keeping up the thing. So we're going to move Haig up here.
I mean, he can carry the torch and Kaeli with Mizram in her pocket, and I can carry the Dragonborn and the Wizard. We'll be all right.
No, because we've also got the 13 gold plates.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
And those things are pretty hefty.
Are heavy.
Encumbrance.
Hola. Out.
All right, let's cluster
All
up
right.
and
So
move out.
Haig is able to keep a successful perimeter of snakes as they avoid the flame without reservation. They're at the point where they will even eat each other to avoid the flame.
Sweet.
Nice.
Okay.
And so Kaoli is no longer flying, but you come up to this point here. The lintel of this gateway is of the same highly polished green stone as the pillars. It contrasts with the pink stone of the 10-foot high wall and the black stone of the realistic carved flower blossoms that crown each 15-foot pillar.
A little
Beyond
jade,
the portal,
huh? A little jade, huh?
Maybe. Beyond the portal lies the darkness of the temple's interior.
See, I thought the darkness, we would need the torch for the darkness. So, hey, do you want to
Apparently not.
step on through to the other side? Just check it out.
Probably won't know till we find out. Came inside, Aislin's passed out, dead asleep.
You're not muted, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying it to you guys.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Walked in and my daughter's on the couch, passed right the frick out.
All right, so the question is, are you proceeding straight through or are you stopping at the entryway?
If there's darkness, if I hold the torch out, do I gain any light? Do I gain any
Yes,
visibility?
Yes, you do gain light, and that's how you're actually able to see the oh, hold on.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess you weren't. Sneaky.
Yeah, it's how you're able to see inside the gate at this point. So there is a little more view. Let me close that. So it doesn't seem to permeate as far as you'd like, but it is able to light it up. Now, here's the thing, though. I'm presuming you're going at least this far.
I'm gonna
So-
say yes.
Peg, as you cross the threshold of the columns there, from both sides inside the room, you hear psst. And a few of you will notice that the blossoms inside the room have just opened.
Interesting.
yeah. Weird.
You begin smelling a scent of sweet perfume.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's time
I'm gonna
to-
step through the
it's
door.
It's time to take a path.
Yeah, I
there
stepped
any-
through with Haig. Bart does.
There's a scent of perfume.
I mean, we
Oh, the
did
lotus-
attempt to wash up before we came here.
The lotus flowers from the snake side of the gate open up and
Yeah.
push against. Oh, I thought it was something inside the room.
The lotus flowers in the last room, the snake room, opened up and
No.
Or
The
smelling
ones
shit.
no,
Oh.
the ones outside are carvings. Inside this gateway are ones that are real that just opened.
I mean, so far we've had to use each one of these items. So maybe like I'm thinking this could be like a poppy field thing, like from the Wizard of Oz, maintaining. Maybe my brain's just stuck there, but
Yeah, I don't know if I've passed through the gate and the lotuses pop behind me. I'm wondering if you guys should
No.
get in.
Haig,
No,
Haig.
they popped it in the room with you. It's in the room with you.
The scent is in the room with me.
Correct.
Haig, you begin to start giggling. Something seems very funny to you.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, Varric will step into the room to see what's so funny. I say, good boy, what's so funny? I presume we have our monocles on.
You don't know what's so funny, but you start giggling too. And actually, you suddenly have an idea that your brother would look very funny if he had a big red clown nose on. So
Wipe
the
some
two of
muck
you,
off my hand.
the two of
Yeah,
you, I
sorry.
presume that you've have some experience with nitrous, at least in a dentist's office.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
and extracurricular.
Well, you both have the Wawas.
Shit. Ugh. I just get hyper focused. Like I feel like I can like see sounds and shit for like 45 seconds.
Needless to say, the other four of you are getting a little concerned because the two big boys in front of you are giggling, and Haig is kind of poking his brother with the torch, and the asps are like, "Oh, wait a minute, he's not paying attention," and they're beginning to get closer. But the Goliaths don't seem to give a damn. Acting like honey badgers.
I want to give
Yeah.
a hint. I want to give a hint, but I'm already giggly, so I'm going to play giggly and stay in game.
Okay. Pale is just gonna reach over and attempt to grab the torch.
Grab the what?
The torch, the magic torch.
Okay.
And I'm going to giggle at her and play keep away.
Exactly. That's exactly what you do.
Yep. That's
Monkey in the middle, throw it over here, brother.
I'm gonna reach. Okay, so I'm gonna reach in my pocket and pull out the ferret.
Fetch, boy.
And,
Fetch.
And just kind of look at the ferret and be like, "We need that torch."
Ms., you're a little confused at the moment, but you quickly understand the situation as you see the two Goliaths acting like little schoolboys.
And Maddie, we definitely are monkey in the middle at this point. I'm tossed to you.
Yep. I'm holding up Mizram and ferret for him and like, torch, help.
I basically taking the situation, and I like turn my little weasel head towards you, shrug my shoulders, and like to go, "What the hell?"
I'm gonna turn you back towards the snakes and be like, "Magic fire, no snakes." No magic fire, lots of snakes.
I basically just weasel palm myself in the face and just shake my weasel head.
Oh, come on, you got to have a lot of fun crawling around the Goliaths. That's just got such epic opportunity for entertainment.
Exactly. So I'm just like, help! And I'm gonna turn you back towards the Goliath brothers who are playing keep away with the torch. I'm like,
crawl under his armor, nibble on his ear, and down his back.
I would do what the weasel gonna do. I will do over to the Light Brothers and try my weaselly best to fix the situation.
Can I grab the weasel?
You can try.
Well, he's like crawling. Yeah, I'll totally try.
All right, opposing dex checks from both of you.
In the dice tower.
No, out in the open,
Oh.
so you both can see
Okay.
it. Oh, Varric's got an 18. Can Ms. beat it? No. Varric is able to grab the weasel.
I'm gonna grab him and
No.
stick him between my upper lip and my nose and just laugh harder.
You've been turned into a mustache.
The Ferris-dash.
I basically turn my weasel head really slowly towards Kaoli and go, "Really? Is this really happening to me?"
I just kind of like shrug with this look of, I have no idea what they're doing. I just want that torch.
I just get my little weasel paw and just stick it up his snout and just wiggle it around. And then try and grab hold of the nose hair and just pull his nose hair out.
You just get a big old Goliath booger stuck to your hand.
So keep in mind that the asks are in the courtyard, so they're getting pretty close to Redreth and Fekish and Kaeli at this point. Not quite in striking distance, but almost.
Did me pulling out nose hair help?
Well, he definitely felt it. I guess it's a Varric, do a Constitution check.
Okay. Tower.
See whether again you can roll it out because you'll know whether or not you go ow or just look at him like that just pissed me off.
Right.
And I think it's the latter.
Yeah. So am I like, it's not funny anymore?
Well, I mean, you're still like a kid, but you're probably really pissed off. You're like, hey, that
Mm.
hurt, man.
And I'm going to toss him back at Kaeli. No.
I hope you
Weasel
catch
toss.
me. Weasel coming in hot.
Yeah.
Hot weasel.
I'm gonna like reflexively attempt to catch the flying weasel and then turn to Fekish and Redred hello?
Well, the
I mean,
big question is, does the weasel want to be caught?
Mm.
The weasel would definitely like to be
That's a
caught.
good question. That's a good question. Is the weasel giggling with us yet at this point, or no?
Oh, good question. He did enter the area, and the gas is beginning to seep out too. So you've got the ass closing in from the backside. You've at this point, Fekish and Kaeli, you are beginning to smell the perfume. Needless to say, Mizram already is smelling the perfume as soon as he went in there. So let's see. Okay. Mizram does not seem to be affected by it, at least at this point, but you can smell the sweet lavender smell.
Then I shall be flying towards a Kaeli then with my paws outstretched, like to give like the please catch me.
Actually, I would say, Mizram,
Yeah.
given your profession, you will recognize it. These are live lotus blossoms, and they release a perfume that causes people to act giddy and childish and lose their wits. What's triggering it, you don't know. How they are surviving in this environment, especially with lack of water, but also given that there probably isn't anyone that's caring for them, is definitely very suspect and intriguing. But you do know that you guys do not want to continue to breathe this, otherwise you're not getting out of here.
Oh no.
Is there a roof over this section?
The inside, yes.
Okay.
The section that you just passed through is an open roofless courtyard. The section beyond does have a roof.
Okay.
Mark's going to look at the rest of you and go, hey, where do you find giant snails? The end of their fingers. It's a terrible joke, but Varg thinks it's great. It's a knee slapper.
Okay, so Kaeli is going to attempt to I lost my train of thought. What was I going to do?
Which one of the two children is carrying the torch?
Hey,
Hey guys.
They've been passing it back and forth in a game of keep away.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, that's right.
get his attention and like motion come towards me. So they're stepping out of the Lotus room. See if they acquiesce to my request.
That's a good question. So let's see. Wisdom check from both of you
Wisdom.
at -5.
Oh shit.
I have a
Not
plus
you,
5.
Feckish. The two Goliaths have to do it.
I
Shapoopy. 11.
Can you roll for me at this point?
Sure.
I don't see why not.
Got Haig, wisdom at -5. 11 and a 9 for the brothers.
Interesting. I can't tell whether or not it applied the modifier or not.
It applied the -5 to both of them.
Yep. Yeah, because Haig has a +1 and I have a +5 for wisdom. Vark has a +5, so it was just a straight D20.
Okay. All right. So, you guys are really not picking up that he's trying to distract you or pull you away. So, you guys decide to go over to Feckish.
Okay.
And as you do so, you hear the hissing stop. And since Haig has the torch, the asps begin to back out again. And the smell begins to dissipate. And slowly, you guys start getting your senses back with a bit of a headache.
Alrighty then. Let's take a moment and reconsider what our options are.
My hint that I was going to give now that I'm getting my wits. My hint was that now that I'm getting my wits was we have one item we haven't used yet.
The wings.
Yep.
So maybe we don't fly with the wings. We use it to blow the stuff away, like fans.
Gust of wind.
Yeah. Did anybody do anything like that? Like a little.
I was actually curious if we could get above the cloud, above the room of perfume.
How much of the room it fills?
My impression was that the lotus blossoms are the lotus blossoms on the ground or are they up high?
Both. Inside the darkened room.
They're at the top.
Inside the darkened room, they're up high
Oh, no,
as
no,
well
no.
as...
Okay. Yeah, they are up high. Sorry.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought was that they would be up high. So, and with a roof over this section, we can't really, fly over. But if we use the talismans, it might act like gust of wind. It may, or it may just, put a, personal protection bubble around each of us.
So we all have our own wings?
Well, you all have one of the shattered gem fragments.
Oh, okay.
There are
Right.
6 of them.
Okay.
Let's give it a rip.
All right. So who's doing what?
I'm gonna step up and attempt to activate my Horus shard and see what happens. And if Mizram is still like on my shoulder or in my pocket, I guess he's coming along for the ride.
The ferret gives you a thumbs up.
All right, so you're pulling out the gemstone fragment. What are you doing with it?
I'm just kind of holding it out and like
Go, Gem, go.
yeah, basically like I'm just like holding it and like I hope this works. I don't know if I need to activate it or not, and I'm just gonna like hold it up and step into the room and see what happens.
Okay, and where did you get those gemstones again?
We got they're the shards of the eyes of the Horus statue.
Yep. Okay, so are you calling out his name by any chance?
If nothing immediate happens as I step in waving the shard, then I probably will try it. But first, I'm just gonna like step across and wave the talisman around. Like, is something supposed to happen? No. Okay. What about if I call the guy's name? Maybe just invoke his name, and maybe that'll help. I don't know. To just
Right.
start trying random things.
So you walk across the threshold. As you do, you start hearing the gas release again, and you're looking around and you're like, okay, this doesn't seem to be working. And presumably you're holding up the shard now and calling out Horus's name.
Yeah, something like that. Probably in a almost like Horus, a little help, please.
Well, probably not as impassioned or fervent as he would like, but upon mentioning his name, the gemstone begins to glow, flies up into, or not into, but in front of your eyes, and you begin floating more accurately. And as soon as you leave the ground, the hiss of the lotus blossom flowers stops.
Okay.
So neat.
So I presume you're going to move in a little further then?
Yep.
All right, so this is a very darkened area.
And I'm not actually going to say anything to my companions because I'm just kind of assuming that they were paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just the way KLLE thinks.
All right, so let's see. Give me a second here. All right. The marble that lines this 10-foot wide by 20-foot high door is coal black. Fully 5 foot thick, the wall it passes through joins imperceptibly with the darkness beyond.
Sweet.
Yeah. Maybe the torch again?
Sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, seeing her invoke Horus's name to activate the gem bar would totally just
Open
across.
sesame.
All right, so Kaylee, are you staying? Where are you going? Are you just staying there looking around waiting for everyone, or how are we proceeding?
No, I'm coming up here.
All right, so and you're still floating using the power of the gem, right? Well, presumably, because it's still glowing and it's still allowing you to float.
Yeah. I'm not quite ready to cross the threshold, not until the rest of my companions are over here, but I am willing to, you know, approach that doorway and see what I can see. Not much, obviously, but
Guess what?
what?
These stones do not give you the power to hover.
Hmm.
If you're in the air, you must be moving.
Okay. So we'll do a little aerial acrobatics as I wait for the rest of my companions to get their butts in here.
All right, so you're going to land about there. Anyone else? Everyone else is using their stones, I presume,
Yep.
except
Yes,
for Mizram.
because he's lazy, pocket-bound ferret.
Yep.
Hey.
Feck, is she moving up there also?
Yes.
Just remember, I live in luxury.
Where'd Jim go? Did we lose Jim? I know we had him down on the line when you guys came in.
I think he's still down there. Oh no, yeah, he's gone. That's weird.
Jim? Yeah, Jim wasn't ever able to connect. He has got a message.
No,
in there
his
saying-
token.
Oh,
No,
his
his
token.
yeah, his token
Oh,
was
there it
here.
is. There it is.
Ah, hiding. Okay.
All right. So we're gonna bring Jim up there. He's presumably using it, and Albie, is Feckish moving up too?
Yes.
All right. So, as I said, it allows you to fly as long as you're moving forward. You have to land in order to do any of this. Now, as you've already discovered, touching the ground in here triggers the lotus blossoms.
Does my ring work though?
No, it does not anymore.
As that's what I thought, but it was worth checking.
So, in the interest of moving this along and not making it too tedious, basically what you figure out, and we're probably going to add about 20 minutes onto the clock to explain it. Kaylee, you're able to land just inside the opening beyond here, and the rest of you follow. If you land any place shorter than that, then the lotus blossoms go off and you're forced to retreat until the air clears again.
Okay.
Now, this is where stuff gets funky. So you're all made it in here. Like I said, after a bit of trial and error, and you figured out basically the lotus blossoms do make you feel kiddish, but you can recover by being pulled out of the area, but you usually need someone else to help you do it. So this is going to take a little while to get back and forth and actually get everyone in and on there. But now here is a very different situation. So when you first fly into here, the floor on the ground there is very, very solid. However, at some point between here and roughly the middle of the room, the floor imperceptibly becomes something other than floor. It just basically you start being able to pass through it. And it's not a good passing. It's like it's an opening into a void. Now, how you are supposed to discover this safely, I really have no idea, but the content does make it very clear that you are supposed to identify that this is a point of no return. The floor basically fades into a void that you will fall through, and anything that you've attempted to drop just drops endlessly. Now, that being said, all right, so yeah, to read the description the way they depict it, which really isn't much different. The floor, solid and comforting beneath the inner gate, has become a bottomless void whose darkness swirls and undulates, coalesces, and dissolves. A smell of decay and death, as from an ancient swamp, fills the chamber. Across the void can be seen the sanctuary, wherein rests a fist-sized purple gem glowing in the darkness. And I
And
should.
Lily's ring doesn't work anymore.
Her Kaelily's ring does not work, but your stones still are glowing in front of your eyes. But it doesn't affect your vision, which is really weird.
So
We can tell that they are
we can-
glowing, but
I'll-
it doesn't interfere. That's weird, but okay. So we
Here's
can-
something I should point out. From
Yeah.
what you can see, and they don't really have much of a depiction on the map in the first place. When I'm going to draw something anyway. Pointer, square. So this sanctuary, so to speak, is about that big.
Okay.
And as you can tell, it's not up against the wall. You also cannot hover. So, attempting to use the stones to fly out to this quote unquote sanctuary runs the substantial risk of undershooting or overshooting your mark and falling into the void.
The gold plate
Fly,
that
fly in a
hooks
circular
together.
motion that moves forward.
Yes.
The gold plates that hook together. Yeah. That we haven't used them yet.
Correct. Want to assemble them?
I'm thinking that this might be where we're supposed to start using them.
It's a good thought.
Exactly how, I don't know yet, but
We'll try these plates. Stick it.
All right. So
But yeah.
what are we doing with them?
hooking them together and seeing if we can, make
Build a
them
bridge.
reach and build a bridge.
Okay, so you got 13 of them. You brought them from the Cloudscape. They interlink very easily, very obviously. And it's kind of like those, modern day build it yourself type pieces where, once they link together, they'll flip up very easily, but down they're sturdy as hell. So they're not going anywhere as long as you're putting downward pressure on them. And the 13 pieces go together. And as far as you can tell, it looks like that it's long enough to reach just about to the sanctuary.
All right.
So are we going to
Perfect.
try to get it out to it, or how are we going to put it in place?
That's what my
We could attach our rope. Yeah.
So that's the magic rope.
That's what the magic rope is for.
Well, keep in mind, each one of these is 35 pounds. And as it extends out from the fulcrum point, the torque on it's going to be immense.
True. That's true. It's not going to be able to hold that kind of weight, but
Can use the Goliath at the other end and use it like a leverage fulcrum from the back.
Well, but no one's over there at the other end yet.
True.
I suspect that the most experienced flyers could attempt to fly out and guide things and see if if it does reach all the way, and B, if there's an attachment point for a proper bridge.
Well, I would point out that this does not apply to you because you're used to flying with a device that allows you to hover. This is entirely different.
Right.
You do not have control over your momentum the same way you do with your ring.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you are like,
So in that,
yeah, I could try it, but yeah, I'd want to practice it like maybe 100,000 times before risking myself over this thing because this void is petrifying.
yeah. In that case, you know, maybe one of the Goliaths would have as much luck as I would, and they'd be able to help support the end of the bridge a lot better than I could.
All right, so you're going to try to start pushing it out and seeing how far you can get it before it becomes too heavy, or are we
And
going to set up?
there's nothing that says that we can't use ropes, magical and mundane, to assist with things either.
Well, mundane, yes, but at this point, none of your other magic is working.
Okay. That's interesting. Makes a certain amount of sense, but it's interesting. But yeah, we could. So, but yeah, I think the plates are supposed to act as a bridge. If we can get them to reach far enough and attach somewhere.
I mean, yeah, Varg, I'm kind of used to flying. So yeah, I'll give it a go. Try and go out there and see what I can do.
I apologize, guys, but I got to scoot.
Oh, you do? All right.
Yeah. It's a little early, and I can barely hear what's going on with all the activities.
All right. Well, we're gonna be ending off pretty soon here, unless everyone wants to just call it. But we're pretty close.
We could call it now. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I mean, we've only got
this
like
is a
10 minutes
decent
left
spot
anyway.
to think about.
Right, time to figure it out.
All right. I was hoping we were actually going to finish this off and have a good parting session, but you guys are really on the cusp of it. You are close enough at this point that you can see that that thing glowing on the sanctuary has to be your last star gem.
Yep.
Cool.
Just a matter of getting over to it. And you know what? In the interest of the story, or just keeping this going and not letting it getting too rusty, while messing around with it and trying with different ideas, you do discover that as you extend the links beyond the barrier or the precipice, it seems to support itself. And you push it out a little further and you don't feel any torque pushing up on it. And you're pushing it out a little further and you're adding another link and you're pushing it out another further and you're adding another link. And you finally get that 13th link on and you push it out and it doesn't quite reach, but it feels sturdy. Like you now have one link resting on the edge of the precipice and the other 12 resting out over the void, and it's staying in place.
Cool.
Now, it does appear to be one link short of connecting, but it doesn't seem to be affecting its integrity.
I knew we were short one.
But you did find it, but you found it as the thing.
Yeah.
And then it decided to go elsewhere. But
yeah.
Apparently it doesn't seem to have any impact. Now, you haven't tested it yet, but as far as everything logical and everything you know about the physical world tells you, this is something sticking out well past its halfway point. It should be falling into the void, and it's not. It seems perfectly suspended.
Sweet.
Now, and again,
Oh, yeah.
it's only 1.5 feet wide, so it's not exactly like you can stride across it boldly. You're still going to have to do a little of a balancing act. But at this point, it looks like you have the path laid down to the last star gem. And that is where we will pick up when we come back in 2 weeks, which is going to be October 14th.
Cool.
Sweet.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
And hopefully,
Good session.
Yep. Glad you guys enjoyed
All
it.
right.
Looking
Yeah.
forward to it. I'm looking forward to us moving past. We've spent enough time in the Curse City.
Yeah.
That being said, you guys are in for a whirlwind.
Cool.
Sweet.
All right. Catch you guys in 2 weeks.
All right, and with that,
Well.
I'll be signing off session 75. Talk to you all in 2 weeks.